Good evening again, y'all. This is a short emergency episode of Que-stead-Que. Not even singing this time, y'all. I am so devastated over that cherry tree. Y'all just don't know. It got worse and worse as the evening wore on. And so I thought, okay, it's time to take some drastic measures here. And so I came up with the solution. And the first thing I'm going to do, because it's just a matter of time before one of those squirrels get into that greenhouse, because they can easily come through the mesh. And although money is tight, I do have enough to go on and get that chicken wire on tomorrow. I'm getting the plastic kind, and I'm going to get the magnets to go up against the pipe. So once I do that, I'll hang up the chicken wire at each window, and this is going to be tomorrow. So you will see the end result of that. Okay, so after I do that, because the chicken wire, I think for the roll is $11, and I believe a roll should be able to cover each window because the windows are small. I don't have to cut a big giant piece, just enough to cover the window fully. And then once I get the magnet to hang the chicken wire at the top and bottom, I'm going to take some twine or something real thick string, and I'm gonna tie it and run the twine through the chicken wire and tie to the pole so that there's no gaps or anything. The chicken wire will fit taut up against the window and from coming from the pole. Like I said, the greenhouse does not have to be cute aesthetically. I just want to keep the animals out. And so something tells me that time is of the essence. In fact, I could walk out there tomorrow morning and find even more devastation. Anytime a squirrel decimated a tree like that, and it had to have been a squirrel. I can't think of no other animal because squirrels climb. So, and that tree was too weak probably to hold the weight, and it may have been more than one squirrel, more than likely. And I know that animal was hungry to eat the leaves off that cherry tree the way that he or she did, or it. Anyway, so that's number one, the chicken wire. And I forgot, I still have that mesh screen to take back to Menards, so that frees up some budget. That will at least pay for the magnets that I'm going to get, because I really only need, let's see, 2, 4. They come 4 to a pack. And let's see, there's 8 windows. So I'm going to need 2 for each window. So I'm just going to need 2 packs of the magnets, and that will be enough. I could actually forego the magnets if I wanted to and just use the string to tie the chicken wire. But no, I need to hang that chicken wire to the screen itself. So I think I'll just go that route, hang it, and then I can move the chicken wire up the magnet, because the magnet has the hook on it, and it's, the hook is kind of long, so I can move it up to the edge of the hook and then run the string that way, wrap it around the hook. I can work it that way. Okay, let me get off of that because I'm already almost 4 minutes in just talking about that. Okay, the cherry tree solution. This is what I'm going to do because I cannot physically move the trees. Since that one is damaged, it's going to have to be repaired. I believe that I can save that tree. 2 branches were broken on it. So what I'm going to do is prune the branch. I wish I knew how to propagate and I might even try that. I might just stick that branch in some water and see if it takes root, just so that I can have a 3rd cherry tree at some point, because I think it can be, done, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to graft or propagate. I know people do all that, but I don't know how to do it. But anyway, so I'll just use the wood for my pit, the cherry wood. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to prune that. I'm going to cut it on the slant, and that branch should grow back, I would think. It may take a year or 2. And then the leaves are definitely going to grow back. I'm going to just I may leave them the way they are, or I might just pluck the leaves off, or just cut the end of the leaves in a slant, and they will regenerate, because I lost my pear tree leaves one year to disease. They all fell off like in midsummer, and they had some kind of rust disease, and those things came back before the end of summer. The pear tree just didn't bloom, or I didn't get any fruit off of it. And that particular tree ended up actually dying later because I put it in the ground, and I don't know what I was thinking about that time. And I did it when it was diseased, but before it died, the leaves came back, and then it didn't survive over the winter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig up both the cherry trees, the new dwarf one and the other one. Okay, once I dig it up, I'm going to take the dirt that's in the planters, and I'm going to shovel that dirt out into my wagon. So then I'm going to re-amend that dirt or that soil. I'm going to re-amend it, get it fertilized and everything. Then I'm going to replant the cherry trees in the greenhouse. Those planters will fit up against the back door because I don't use that back door anyway. And even if I were to open the back door, I would still be able to do it, and the cherry trees would just be there against, the back door. So I'm going to put those 2 cherry trees there, and that way I will get cherries. As far as the peach tree, and the 2 pear trees, the squirrels can have it. I give up on the fruit trees. Although I would love fruit and whatnot, the animals are just too bad in my neighborhood. And like I said, there's really no way of getting rid of the animals, simply because I live by 3 lakes. I'm less than a mile from 3 different lakes. And these are larger lakes. And so therefore, those animals, the lake is going to draw all kind of wildlife. And it's not just squirrels. It could have been a raccoon or a skunk, a possum, anything could have done that. I'm assuming a squirrel because I've been seeing more squirrels around than anything else. But whatever it was a climber, and it ate those leaves. So there you have it. Okay, so, and of course that animal is going to return simply because. So it's just a matter of time. If I don't get those greenhouse windows covered, he's coming in there, so it's just too easy. And they're going to start smelling the plants, because when I walk in there now, I can smell the plants myself, especially the blossoms on the blueberry. Animals' sense of smell is more keener than humans. So this is what I'm going to do on tomorrow. It's going to be some work, but it's going to be worth it. And that way, everything is protected in the greenhouse, and the cherry trees should thrive, and I will get cherries next year. That one cherry is still on that one tree, so maybe that thing will ripen, and I'll have that one little cherry. And there are a few leaves on the other side of the tree, but the blooms happened all over the tree, so some more cherries may develop. It won't be many. So I just, that's it. The cherry tree harvest was devastated. Now I know how Homestead Heart felt when those peppers went bad it's horrible. When you expect something and it was going so good, and all of a sudden, and I'm glad I brought those doggone berry bushes into the greenhouse. I said, that must have been God telling me, get those things in there, because if you think you got a devastation coming, and it would have been a lot worse, because they would have got a hold to those berry bushes as well. So those are safe, or hopefully we're hoping and praying that overnight animal doesn't go into that greenhouse. That would just be horrible. Then I would kill everyone that I see from here on in, just because, okay? But, just so that the animals can live and survive. And I feel sorry for my neighbor. They starting that homestead. They're getting ready to plant. I don't have the nerve to tell them what's going to happen to them, because they are going to be jacked. So, in fact, when I see not Dawn, her name is Dana. When I see Dana, I'm going to tell her, listen, make sure that you protect your crops, because the animals will decimate your crops. And I don't want them to waste that much money starting a homestead only for that to happen. I'm going to let them know, invest in some netting, chicken wire, something to keep those animals at bay. So anyway, so that's my plan for the cherry trees. And like I said, they can have the pears. I will cover the pears with a net because it is the one pear tree really bloomed. So I should get pears on that. So I will, and the peach tree bloomed too. So I'm going to use my bird netting for that. But that will not stop. It might stop a squirrel because if his claws get caught in the netting, that will deter him. And I'm definitely, when I get those hot peppers on Friday, I'm going to plant them up front in the second keyhole garden, and I'm going to plant them in the keyhole garden there. So, and I know that the squirrel will come back and eat one of those hot peppers, and boy, is he in for a surprise. Sweet revenge. I hope I see him when he does it, okay? But anyway, so I'm going to do that, and then that might deter the animals altogether. And so once the peppers, come on, and these are going to be some nice sized peppers that I'll be planting, and I'm planting them right in there this weekend. I wanted to make that into my permaculture, the keyhole garden. I was going to get some Egyptian walking onions. I have some good Henry spinach that comes back every year. I was going to put that asparagus in there. And I still may do that in the near future, but why when you have animals coming to eat everything? So we'll see. I'll decide later. But for now, the peppers, the hot peppers will be going in there. And I hope that capsaicin doesn't leach into my tomatoes or the fruit that's there. And I think I may end up digging up that golden raspberry. Oh, and I found some more crates on the side of the house. I got like 5 crates over there too. So on top of the 8, I have another 5. So I think I might dig up that blueberry. I can actually put that blueberry in with the other blueberry. I can just plant him right with it. Marry those two together because they're 2 different varieties. And then that golden raspberry, I can put in its own crate and just take that out the keyhole garden altogether. So the only thing that will be in there are the potatoes, and hopefully nothing gets a hold to those plants once they come up. And so far, nothing's bothered the front potato plants, and that could happen. It could easily happen, but the potatoes are underneath. So if I lose my potato crop, that would be devastating, but I'm not going to worry about it this year. I would just do the roost out method in containers next year if that happens. I'm just praying that nothing bothers that. So that's why I'm leaving those other 2 fruit trees for the squirrel, and then the peppers hopefully will deter the squirrel. I might even plant a hot pepper up front, and then that will deter them from I know the garlic will probably deter the squirrel altogether itself. And that's probably why nothing has bothered that thus far, because of that garlic. But a hot pepper planted in there will help as well. I can put that in one of the containers, or just put it, plant it into the ground or whatever, right next to the porch. So we'll see. But anyway, but as far as the cherry trees, that problem will be solved as of tomorrow, and I will come on and let you know how I did that and how it's done. So we're at 13 minutes, and so I'm getting ready to remember this yarn I was telling you about. I was thinking about making a rug. Why would I even do that? I'm thinking the rug will get so dirty. So I'm going to take this yarn. I have turquoise. This is going to be the border because I only have one of these, and I only have one turquoise. So those may be the 2 borders. The 2 colors for the border. I have a lot of yellow. I have a lot of orange. I have a couple of red. I have a lot of this blue. And then I have this multicolored that I'm going to blend in. And then I have about 3 of these lime greens. What I'm going to do is use all this yarn, and that's not all of it because I loaded it all into my old laundry bag that I had made. So everything is in there, all that scrap yarn. And I'm just going to make a big giant granny square like this. It's going to be the same stitch. I'm just going to make a big giant throw, and it'll be on the back of the bench in the greenhouse, because I truly believe that wood is going to shore it up enough to where I'm not going to have to worry about a collapse. And if it collapsed, I'll be doing the cleanup again, and it'll be worse than the last time. Okay, so I'm going to get off of here. We're at 15 minutes. So that's just the emergency episode to let you know this is what I'm going to do. So now I don't feel as bad. I'm just worried about tonight. So if I can get through tonight without any problems, and so far I haven't had any with the greenhouse, if I can get through tonight, and if that squirrel doesn't come back and finish off the tree and start on the next one, then I'm straight. So I will talk to you guys later on tomorrow, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.